Anyway, we got some atheists on the line as well. Gaurav in Bangalore, India. Thanks for waiting forever.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Quick comment on the previous caller, sir, before I address my question. Something that you touched on before and in your closing statement, and something that Tracy Harris touched on like years before in her Batman Begins analogy. Christians, in the Christian theology, justice is usually confused with revenge. Am I correct?
I think that that's the case in some aspects. I mean, I won't say universally. I think that there is an idea.
Yeah, not universally. Yeah, obviously. But the caller that before me, he also touched on that. Hitler with Gandhi, something like that. So that is like revenge against in front of like true justice.
I think his revenge is, boy, the universe sure seems like there's not enough justice, and so I'm going to get payback by. Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to get on to the subject of your call.
Yeah. So first of all, it's an honor to speak to Mr. Dillahunty and you and Mr. Baker.
Thank you.
But my question was, and any advice on being for me, for a person like me who's an atheist in a country like India, where superstition rules king?
So, my understanding from the past is that India actually had a rather significant community of atheists and secular thinkers, including even within Hinduism, they're kind of okay with atheism as one path to spirituality. It's a confusing mess because there's a bunch of stuff together. Now, obviously, I don't live there. I don't know what it's like. I don't know who you interact with, and I don't know how dangerous it is. I mean, I know in places like Bangladesh and Afghanistan and other places, they are killing atheist bloggers.
Oh, sir, a person, an ex-Muslim, an apostate from Islam, who lived just like few blocks from me, got shot last month.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So even I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Baker. But the true issue is that you can be an atheist, you can have your beliefs. Nobody gives a crap about your beliefs in India, but if you be a little vocal about them, it's quite dangerous. Like from filing a police case to being shot, I guess it's a spectrum.
So one of the things that I've constantly cautioned people about is, I want as many out and open and vocal atheists as we can get. But if being out or vocal means you put your life and your health and your family at risk, then I would say I'm not going to fault anybody for not being open about it, and let those of us who are in much more safe positions try to change the world around you. But there are ways to be supportive. And
I've heard you, sir, talking about that on your show, like on YouTube clips and everything. But for people who find their surroundings or their environment in their country, which I very much love my own country, but which I find very disturbing events taking place around me, it's difficult to stay quiet, and it's difficult to, even my friends, I'm an engineer, and most of my friends are like engineers, doctors, educated journalists, and etc. And seeing and watching them descend into this pit of false stupidity, actually, it's difficult for someone like me to let go of it. And
so my advice to you is find a community there and be part of a larger group. You're gonna get some social support by doing that, and you're going to have a group that you can go after some of these problems on a small scale on your own. one of the things that we can do here and that you could do there is, challenge the media whenever they're not critical enough of crazy claims. You could, and if you can begin to work at changing things there, or donate good books to schools, or these sorts of things. There's lots of projects that you can do at a local level that can make a difference. And yes, you're not going to change the world overnight, and it's going to be a long, arduous journey. But if you have friends, it's a lot nicer and a lot more fun. So, don't be a loner and get involved. Join a community. If there's not one in your area, create one. It's not that hard to do that.
So one of the things is, I'm in agreement with this, certainly the spirit of what Don says, but I can't put myself in your shoes and don't know enough about it. Instead of, or in addition to calling us to get not particularly great advice, who knows? Reach out to some of the international organizations that are working to protect, atheist bloggers in Bangladesh. You can reach out to ex-Muslims of North America. You can Freedom from Religion Foundation. Even though
or the
some of these
groups in India,
even though some of these are based in the United States, they can probably point you in the direction of organizations and people that you can work with. And I simply can't.
Yeah, no problem, sir. I just wanted to get some support from people that I respect.
Your situation is very common. There are a lot of people out there that are just frustrated. Yeah. They're steeped in whatever religious environment. We hear it here in the United States all the time, that there are areas of the United States that are very, very Christian, and you just don't fit in if you're not a Christian. And I can empathize with what you're saying. And I would give them pretty much the same advice. Look out for other people that are like-minded, and create an event, a Skeptics in the Pub or something like that, and go after certain things if you can, and don't. The social aspect of it is very important. It's very important for people to feel part of a group and part of have a sense of belonging and these sorts of things, and just having a social group is a big thing. Don't discount that.
Yeah, that's a bit hard here, getting into a social group, kind of atheist social group, because most of my friends, all of my friends, and even my family, close to disowning me because of my atheism. And I understand you have faced similar situations. I've heard it on your show before.
Wow.
It's just you don't find anyone in your vicinity, in your friend circle, anywhere. And I have to look for, people in the free country, as you call it, the US, and the Western world for support. It's kind of disheartening and kind of frustrating.
You can also contact groups like Atheist Alliance International that focus on international issues. I just, I don't know what the right answer is for you, and the last thing I want to do is give you advice and then read a news story. Man watches Atheist Experience and winds up getting shot for being an atheist, because I don't generally have to face that.
I don't know about India, but
well, he said his neighbor got shot.
Oh yeah.
So reach out to those organizations, and I would recommend.
What was that, sir?
I'd recommend caution in taking reasoned steps, and not because the idea that you're going to just let me change the whole world right now by being out. Is
that's not my agenda. It's just my friends, my close group, my family. It's disheartening to see them follow something, because it's not like the US or the Western community, Europe included. They are not too much religious. It's just superstition.
Yes.
And it's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck, and by all means, you and anybody else can email tv@atheist-community.org. They have the address up there. Can't promise to answer all of them, but perhaps, especially people living in countries where their internet access is diminished, if you have access to email, you can email our organization and other organizations, and they may be able to get you resources that you might not have access to otherwise. But other than that, I wish you luck. And
sorry, we don't have
safety.
better answers.
Yeah.
I understand, sir. I understand.
Okay.
Also, last thing.
Yes.
Also, last thing. Where the hell is Jeff T?
He is on the nonprofits.
He was a host of this show for many years, and a lot of people in the audience remember him and know of his personality.
Please bring him back. I really miss him.
It's entirely up to Jeff, and he's doing the nonprofit show. And my understanding is that that's pretty much all he has time for. But if that changes, you might see him back.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
We love him too.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.